X-Men was great, great, but X-Men 2 is even better. Yep. X2, X-Men, X2, X-Men United is directed by Bryan Singer and stars Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Halle Berry, Brian Cox, Alan Cumming, James Marsden, Rampage Jansen, Anna Paquin, and Sean Ashmore. It was released in, 2003? So it was released 3 years after the original, and was the long-anticipated follow-up to that very successful and really good original. And does it. And while I did answer this question before the video started, it is a step up from the already great first movie, and is better. This was a trend, a very common trend for comic book movies, it felt like, where they all kind of had a formula. And the ones that follow this formula, that stick out to me, are Spider-Man, right, the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, this original X-Men trilogy, the Blade trilogy, and the Dark Knight trilogy. For the first one of all these franchises are really good. They're really good movies. They're really good. They're great, even. Then the second one is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Then the third, well, at least in the case for, the worst offender of the third one is definitely Blade Trinity. But, and really I only found Dark Knight Rises just a moderate disappointment. But the third one really stepped down in quality. It's easily the weakest of the trilogy. That was a common trend for, superhero movie trilogies for a while. But it's different now. Now, a random one of the series can be good or bad. Well, yeah. A lot of people, this is a high on a lot of people's favorite X-Men movies. Because, well, why wouldn't it? A lot of my problems with superhero movie sequels is that the first one is rather simple. It's rather simple, straightforward, you enjoy it. Batman Begins, straightforward, simple, enjoyable. Iron Man, straightforward, simple, enjoyable. The first Avengers movie, straightforward, simple, enjoyable. That's what I like. That's what's really a positive for those movies for me, is that it instead of busy setting everything up, like Iron Man 2 or Avengers 2, and not having too many crazy plot lines, it just focuses on being its own thing and goes straightforward. A lot of times in the sequel, it can add more, and it can feel overwhelming. There are cases of that working. Dark Knight, there's a lot happening in that movie, but it works. X2, there's a lot happening in this movie, but it works. They include so many things in that movie but it all feels like a natural build-up from the first one. This isn't just alright, everything was straightforward, simple, well done, good movie. Yeah, this feels like, even before the first movie, something was happening, and it's coming to this. This is part 2 in a 3-part saga. You can tell. And you can tell they had a vision for what was going to happen, at least. Until something happens with the third one, which I'll get into in the third one. That's what I really liked about the second one. A lot more happens, but it all feels like it's supposed to happen. This is a natural step up from the first one. All the stuff that's happening. Mutants under attack. Wolverine trying to find out more about himself. Mutants and humans really starting to go to war. This feels so much. This is what was supposed to happen in the sequel. This was stuff that was happening before the trilogy even began. And then the first movie happens, and you think it's a nice little bow tie, but a lot of things happen. in this one, it makes sense how they decided to do the evolution. And I just really like that, how they're building to a war. Sadly, the culmination of that war is disappointing, but hey, at least we got these two to love. All the performances are great, I think. They did a lot of all the stories. Very, very interesting. I loved how much deeper we got into different X-Men. Of course, Wolverine's still the main character, because Wolverine is one of the most popular comic book characters. He's definitely the most popular X-Men. So, obviously, he's the main character. They're profiting off of him, especially since Hugh Jackman is such a big reason as to why people love that first one. They're really profiting off of him. But it was nice to see them focus more on other people. Iceman, we get to focus on Iceman. We get to focus much more on Professor Xavier. And Magneto and Nightcrawler. New introduction, new character, Nightcrawler. We get a little bit more about Storm. I really, really liked how it went much deeper in depth with all the other characters. The action is also a step up. Like, a lot of the action was kind of hit or miss. The first one for me. This one, they definitely stepped it up, especially with that awesome Wolverine versus Lady Deathstrike scene. I love that scene. That was really cool. They just stepped up so much in drama and intensity, and you can tell not only are they building to a war, they're building to the Phoenix Saga, which is also incredible, as long as you ignore the next movie and just pretend we're going to get a good Phoenix Saga movie, even though we never will. We shouldn't even try anymore. We're never going to get it. We're never going to get it. Don't try anymore. You failed the first time, you failed the second time, just don't even try anymore. But we'll talk about their failures when we get to them. Now we're talking about their successes, and X2, X-Men United, is a success. I absolutely loved this movie. I thought it was amazing, and I cannot wait to talk about the other X-Men movies that I like. Gonna be 2 reviews of me not being happy. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. It's not fine. I am going to give X2, X-Men United, a 95 adamantium bones out of 100. I think this movie is great. If you have not seen it, check it out. You will probably like it. If you have seen X2 X-Men United, tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. Do you love it just as much as I do? Do you love it more, and do you love it less? I would like to know. If you like this review, make sure to like and subscribe. This is Jordan from Run Reviews, signing off.